the shadow talents, so stick with this.
Either you or Morg is gonna need to be healer. Maybe you two can sort it between you who'd rather heal.
Yeah, because we don't have light either.
No, Light's on holiday, so it's going to be Eris, Spritney, Twy, and then either Smokey Joe or Morg.
Fair enough.
I don't know which
Druids
of
and
the two of you
priests.
would prefer.
If only we could get the 2 druids to reroll Rest Shot.
Hello.
Would be the ideal.
Hello.
Hello.
Really random question. I've just seen a video and I'm like, damn, I really want that. Has anyone seen a scrolling timeline for Deadly Boss mods?
No, sorry.
Scrolling time. So as in, it's just one line and then the abilities are on it.
Exactly, like sexy cooldown timeline thing, but for, DBM. Or for any sort of like boss mod.
Well, do DBM cooldowns actually work on Jaina, though?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
because you would see the cooldown and it would just stack up at 0 with a load of abilities.
All right. I've just never paid attention to it, to be honest.
That's how it works with the timers.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention to them, they just
I found what I had actually seen and it's actually a weak aura.
I was just going to say it's probably a week.
Damn.
What's it called?
Foe Guild Raid Ability Timeline.
Foe with PH.
PHO, yeah.
PHO isn't far.
Yeah. PHO. This is actually, so this is like, it works, it relies on DBM being installed or bigwigs.
Yeah.
And then, basically it hijacks those timer bars and uses them differently. Oh my god, weak auras is actually just really overpowered.
I actually think that looks kind of cool.
I mean, if you know how to code, you could probably make a weak aura for literally anything in the game.
It looks like from the API changes, they're removing the ability to draw lines to nameplates next patch.
That kind of makes sense, really.
So, Boozy, I know it's your birthday, but can we put you to work making the Vantus runes? Because it's Thursday.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Not sure if I have mats for it though. I'll rate the G bank for a bit.
Yeah, you do that.
I think
Last I checked-
Guild Bank is pretty empty in materials.
Last time I checked, the bottom tab was full of pigment.
Yeah,
Not necessarily
Fangor, but that's not the
pigment.
pigment I need. That's I need the green ones mostly. That's why. Yeah.
Is Star Moss useful? Because I can give you like 400 Star Moss.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Which one.
Okay. Just put 400 Star Moss in the Guild Bank.
Who needs push to talk?
Me, apparently.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard the keyboard action he does. It's
I
very
think
sexy.
most of us have heard the keyboard action.
It sounds like he's shuffling papers more than anything, really.
Oh no, that's when he's not actively playing. When he's actively playing, it's like he's trying to kill the keyboard.
It's a very sturdy keyboard.
Basically, he bottoms out on every single key press.
Well, doesn't everybody?
No, I have mine set pretty high. I'm fairly lazy with typing. That and because I don't like loud clicks.
What? You got to get a clicky-clacky keyboard.
No, I have a clicky-clacky keyboard. I prefer like laptop keyboards, so it's nice and thin, the chiclets, but I couldn't find a good backlit version of it.
I just vomited in my mouth.
I know. Everyone's like, what? Why would you prefer that? But I've always used like laptop keyboards for pretty much everything I do. So this to me is, I don't like the distance I have to travel my fingers most of the time. So I've got all of them set really high.
Do
You should have
you
one of
have
those-
puny hands?
I mean, you get these like weird plastic keyboards that don't really make any sound. They're really, really light.
Yeah, I like the very flat, quiet ones. It's
Yeah.
probably because that's how I play the piano, therefore that's how I use a keyboard. Also, I
See?
have got a mechanical keyboard as well, and it is satisfyingly clicky, and I do kind of like it sometimes.
If I can't hear my key presses through my noise-cancelling headphones, it's not loud enough.
Agreed.
Oh my god.
So I have a combination of a mechanical keyboard and really strong fingers to just bash them down.
Why have you got really strong, like why have you worked on your fingers to be strong?
No, I haven't actually. What I mean is like I just properly bash every single key and it works.
He's got 1 kilogram actuation force
I
on his fucking keys.
That's
When
why his
asked
fingers are so
why-
strong.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's like, when asked why, he just simply said, because I could.
I live with 3 roommates, and they can't hear me speak, but they can hear my keyboard.
And also because enhancement shaman is just like major actions per minute, and you know, just saying, you know, spec's really hard to play. Nudge, nudge.
No.
Ouch.
It's not like this fucking bad frost spec they have to run for Jaina. I mean, this is just actions per minute, constant.
It should be fire for Jaina.
But fire, I hate fire. I don't have the gear for it.
Just saying. Should be fire for Jaina. If LE Charm's too fast for you, and then you should switch to Elemental at slow.
No, but then I'd have to be ranged, and that causes problems.
Okay, so I've had my mic down for like the last, I don't know, 15 seconds. Did anyone hear me click?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's still too loud for me. I still have my old Apple keyboard, but yeah, it doesn't register all the clicks anymore. But that's the keyboard I wanted.
Are you okay?
No.
That's you for the night, yeah. That's just.
That's- I mean, if you want an Apple keyboard, I'll charge you 100 quid and get you the same thing. For like, I'll just keep the 90 quid.
No. I don't want an Apple keyboard. What I wanted was a similar style key press as an Apple keyboard, but backlit.
Okay.
And I couldn't find
Yeah, what you want is the one I've got. It's some kind of razor one. I'll figure
it.
it out for
No,
you.
I wanted to get that one. They don't do it anymore.
Do they not?
No, and I thought I found it, and the damn Burke who advertised it on eBay, that like I never use eBay, but I was like, no, I'll trust it this time, and I shouldn't have trusted it. He wasn't selling like the backlit version; he was just selling the non-backlit version.
Okay.
Why do you want it to be backlit?
because it's easier for me to pick out the keys when I can see them.
See, I like it because it looks pretty. It doesn't actually have any function for me.
Do you
Oh,
actually look at the keys then?
Yeah, I can touch type, but it's weird. Like sometimes when I touch type, I actually just look at the keyboard and I don't look at the screen, and I see in my head what I'm typing. And sometimes I look at the screen, but it's more predominantly me looking at the keyboard. So I don't know if I'm necessarily touch typing. I'm not looking for the letters, but I kind of look for my home keys while typing.
I never look at my keyboard. But when my fingers are off one space, I get really weird text and stuff.
Yeah, you don't really stop, do you?
Yeah, which is why I
Why-
can't
why
use
is that
Sangor's
bubble
keyboard, because the letters are in the wrong places. I type where they should be, and gibberish
that
comes
you?
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
don't
I,
like it
I
as
have a
kid.
European keyboard, but it's set to UK settings, so none of the things match up with what
I
they
have
are.
similar thing, yeah.
There's a keyboard you can get on Massdrop at the moment. You used to be able to get it elsewhere, but it's only on Massdrop. So if you're somehow able to get something off Massdrop, go for it. But it's completely blank.
Yeah, you can
There's
get loads.
nothing on the keys.
Yeah, I love those.
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean, that's a true testament to touch type.
My headset came from Astro. Fucking love it.
Oh man, I can't get Massdrop where I am.
I was about to say something really stupid, which was how do you clean it, because then you can't put the keys in the right place, but I guess it doesn't really matter if they're all blank.
Yeah, it's completely blank, which is really, really cool.
So that should make cleaning a keyboard a lot easier.
Mm. And if you need to replace the keys, like you've got, obviously you can have the specific keys like the space bar, tab, and all the other ones, but your general keys will be, interchangeable.
What annoys me about this keyboard is the backspace is actually really, really small. I don't know why. It's just like the size of a normal key, and I always
That's a
press
specific
everything else.
style. That's a specific style. I forgot what it's
I
called.
know.
The one thing that pisses me off with keyboards is when you get keyboards where the enter key is not big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like half
stupid.
the side. I don't get it.
Isn't that an American thing? I think that's an American
It
thing.
is an American thing, and you basically have two keys there instead of just the one giant enter key.
That's a bit weird.
Or the new Apple iBook something bullshit. The power off button is right next to your delete. So you literally
Well, that's
like
helpful.
yeah, like 1 centimeter off your click, and then shut up your PC.
For Apple, who are meant to be all about design, that's a really bad design flaw.
Everything about Apple's a bad design flaw. I mean, their fucking hardware is appalling.
Apple designed
you know
their
what?
laptop where the extract fan pointed straight at the glued seam of the monitor and melted it.
The one they got right was the MacBook Air.
No, because they had the battery problem where the battery was slightly fall out, and they fixed it by putting a fucking rubber patch underneath it to push it against the fucking back. It's
Hello. That was an easy fix though. I ended up just replacing my battery, which I got more milliamps out of because I could get a larger one in there.
Who was it during our raids who threw his coke over his keyboard? Was it that Smokey Joe?
Several people have done that. I remember.
I've done that to a black
Um,
raid the Black Widow. I tipped a coke into it. And then I'll fix it with a hairdryer. So I got a hairdryer out and I melted all the fucking keys.
Do you mean when I accidentally poured water in my computer as well and broke
Was
my
that
graphics
you?
card? Yeah, that was me.
how did you get it in your...
Hell.
How?
I was riding my bicycle and I had fizzy water, and then when I got back in, I sat myself down and opened the bottle, and about a litre of water sprayed out of it, and it flew into my keyboard, broke my keyboard and my graphics card. But the graphics card worked after about 3 days, so that was good.
That's intense. Also a little bit weird.
The graphics card is not in my keyboard mode refrigerator.
It was a laptop, yeah?
No, it's not a laptop either.
But how the...
I'm
'Cause-
really confused.
Because I was sitting, at the time, I'd moved my computer table next to my kitchen table. But, so it was sitting right next to the chair as I opened it up, so it sprayed upwards, all the water, and it came down next to me and, well, basically everywhere in the room.
I mean, basic computer setups, you don't put your big tower on the floor.
I do.
Mine is actually nestled between my legs.
Sometimes I rest my feet on top of my computer.
I was going to say mine's just under next to my feet.
The
Yeah,
amount of dust that
mine's
accumulates
sort
down there.
Yeah.
You clean it out regularly.
Yeah, I like vacuum like once a
Simple
month.
solution.
I vacuum mine once every 15 years, maybe.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think I vacuum mine when it breaks down, so like every couple of years.
I've never had any problem, really.
I once
Vacuum and then
made
it gets fuzzy.
When there's a spider in there and someone has to rescue me from it, that's a good time for it.
I made
Clearly
the
a-
mistake of wiping it down and actually pulled off the conducting fluid or something on the CPU. So then it was just overheating and my CPU was like
What?
melting.
How the fuck did you wipe it down and get the thermal paste out from under your heatsink? What were you
The
doing?
question. just don't question it, man. That's just what happens. And then I had to order some.
Did you tip bleach on it?
No, I didn't tip bleach on. I was just
See?
using like a dusting cloth, but
But the heat paste is like sandwiched in between the heatsink and the thing. There's no way you should be able to get that off by wiping it down.
I just pulled the heatsink off
Crazy.
and
Oh, you took it off?
yeah, I took the heatsink off. So
Oh, well, then that makes sense.
yeah.
See,
You
mine's
were
on my-
I thought you did it without taking the heat.
No.
What kind of fucking wizardry is this?
Yeah, secretly I'm Mr. Fantastic and can just fit in any gap.
Or you could have it on your desk and thereby not spilling anything into cleaning is a breeze.
If I
If
don't have
put
enough
my-
space for 3 monitors and a tower PC on my desk.
If
Get
I
a
put
bigger
it on my
desk.
desk, it would break. My desk would break.
Get a bed desk.
See, my view is that I'm going to make my desk, which I've got all the bits for now, except for the glass, and then just put the PC in the desk. It's just going to be, the desk is the PC.
No, that's genius.
So
battle
you
stick.
spill 1 glass of water and you have to fix your desk. I mean, that's not good design.
Right,
can see
if
several
anyone
issues.
has got some herbs for Boozy, we are 5 Fantas runes short. So if you've got
What do you
herbs, give
need?
them to Boozy, please.
I can go check my hunter for you.
Thanks,
And
also have to
just
buy some on
waiting-
the...
What herbs do you need?
Anyone who can, send Boozy some. I'm just waiting for the left and right sides to be sorted out. And then we'll be going. So as soon as DPS leads us order the groups and the interrupts, we will get going. I've put the orange and purple markers back. We were talking about Avalanche on Discord and the fact that using common sense about a safe path doesn't work very well. So melee are going to run down the side. So I'm thinking we may as well put the coloured markers back in, because if you're going to run down the side, we're just going to eliminate any needing to use sense and guess where's going to be free.
Yeah, Boozy, sending you like 600 herbs.
Oh, thanks a lot, that would be nicely.
It sounded like you got a lot of pleasure from that.
I always like to pleasure Boozy.
Yeah, I love it.
Why is Wildhead just so, like, intensive on a browser?
Looks like ad block.
No, I actually don't ad block that site just because they get He keeps on reminding you that yeah, you had block, and I'm like, okay, I'll be nice.
What about
Ads
the
help us keep this site running. Please turn
Exactly.
your ad block off now. Go away!
You can get an extension that removes those pop-ups.
Yeah, I
you
have.
Get, so you
I've got
get, you
two
get,
installed actually.
so do you get like an ad block ad block?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got ad block, and I've also got actually, what is this one? Disconnect. That's another one I've got on there as well. And Norton Safe Search as well, or Norton extension installed as well, which blocks everything else.
Right, let's get a cauldron. Who has one? Do you still have some squibs?
I have one.
Cool. We'll use yours then, Zach. And then Squibs will use yours later.
A few friends of Zach are applying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, four
It's my fault.
4 apps
my
on
fault.
the site.
No, very well. Decline. No.
Oh, I think I need to update LVY. It's just
So basically, do you remember the problem that Wendy had? They had the same problem with the previous guild. So they whispered me and were like, hey.
Fair enough. We were wondering who was sending people our way. I should have guessed it was you. Right, let's go and get going with this. So remember, key thing is we need to survive the avalanches. So you're going to go on the sides. Make sure you move promptly. Everything else we can usually survive, even if it goes a bit wrong. So let's focus on making sure those avalanches are right. Remember, if we have the ring and we've got avalanches after, don't get obsessed with DPS and getting back to the boss. Make sure you move safely. Make sure the avalanches get away. Right, Rankin, let me give you your stack point marker. You are on the left side, so I'll stick one on me as well, so we've got somewhere for intermission.
Oh yeah, Hellstones.
Yeah, we could do those.
I assigned Boozy to be the 11th on the left side.
Okay, sure.
Oh,
Right, make sure you've grabbed your flasks. Groups 1 and 2, you should be taking 2 flasks.
Yeah.
I'm still making Mantis runes. I need still to make 5.
Oh, no problem, Boozy.
make sure you watch your group because I changed again, so maybe other people didn't see either.
Yep, I think most of them sorted the groups now, so it should now not be changing unless you're then told, so check now, make sure you know which side you're on.
Are we sending 2 healers to left?
Why,
or-
yeah, it should have been 2 left, 2 right, but someone's moved someone again. Let me fix that.
Can I get an invite for my alt for herbs?
Yeah, of course.
Ah.
Mursoth will do it because he's on the bench, so
Mhm.
he can easily sort that.
Shit, I can't even get out of the game. No, let me out.
I did mention Demon Hunter in for the buff, but Mursoth thinks it's fine. Yeah, it's 5%. I thought it was worth having in, but Mursoth has sorted the group.
We can swap scripts to demerging if it doesn't matter. We've got another monk.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got to bury the bodies. Those hookers really stink to get left alone.
It would be good if they made buffs for raids that did 5% to your survival.
Howard Fortitude?
Things like that. More of those.
Playing Torum.
No Torin Warlocks, alas.
Boozy, just let us know when the Vantis runes are sorted.
Yeah,
We
they're
will
sorted.
summon you and then we'll get going.
Yeah, just put them in the. I'll just put them in the G bank.
Cool. Then let's summon you. Saying what?
I don't guarantee I can summon him one go. We might have to put his body back together.
Okay, we have a Boozy.
Yeah, is there a spare flask, please? I want to pick up an extra one.
If no one gives you any, just let me know.
Ah, thanks, Aman.
Did you get one?
Yeah, from Aman.
Okay, so remember, don't take any chances with Avalanche, please. We can recover from ice blocks, we can recover from a bit of fire damage. We do not recover well from people being dead because they did Avalanche too close to the boss. We want to get the intermission with everyone alive so we can practice dodging those
5,
tornadoes and not getting
4,
ice blocked.
3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Freezing Blast.
Boat left.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Out, then in fire. We can get Avalanche after. Be careful with position.
Howling Winds. Chilling Touch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Bam!
Boat right.
Time Warp. Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege.
Okay, boat's gone. Let's switch.
Freezing Blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Ring of Ice.
Out, then in fire.
Searing Pitch.
Okay, we're going over the other side now.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Howling Winds.
Boat left.
Kill ballista. Kill
Freezing
that ballista.
Blood.
Good.
Freezing blast.
65, think about your stats. Avalanche.
Chilling touch. Searing pitch.
Clear those stacks.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Get in the
Come on.
car.
Now remember, move together. Get those interrupts right if you're assigned. Don't stop for the ice blocks.
Impossible! I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Chilling touch. Freezing blood. Icebound image. Icebound image.
Stick together.
Freezing blood.
Get the images down.
Freezing blood. Icebound image. Icebound image. Chilling touch.
Yeah, Sango's going to be doing that in
Chilling touch.
We're all frozen to
There.
death.
Okay, we're all frozen, it's a wipe then.
It's time we finish this.
Glacial ray.
The tide moves against you.
But we got through phase 1 pretty smoothly, which is good.
I hope you don't mind the cold. Beware, beware of me.
Yeah, the right side, once we get to that point, there's a pretty safe spot where very little is gonna get us. So as soon as they're dead, we're all gonna be standing where we essentially don't have to dodge, and then the boss is gonna come over. How's it sounding, Brittany?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
I will freeze you.
Avalanche.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Frozen siege. Searing pitch.
They belong to the shops now.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire. Expect avalanche after.
Howling searing pitch.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Freezing blast.
Range
Okay.
dodge.
Time warp. Siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Searing
Moving
pitch.
back range.
Frozen siege.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
I'll get my MC.
Chilling touch. Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire. Expect a frontal afterwards.
Searing pitch. Freezing blast. Howling winds. Frozen siege. Chilling touch. Freezing blood. Searing pitch.
Bam!
Keep an eye on
Freezing
that.
blast.
Yeah, watch your stacks.
Kill the rest.
Don't mind the cold.
Rankin, fill in for me.
We shouldn't
Searing
need to,
touch.
we'll be transitioning.
Searing pitch.
61, so make sure stacks are clear.
Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Charge. Searing pitch.
Oh yeah, that
You practice your movement though. Remember, stay together. Good dodging. Get the interrupts right.
Think I've been running, Captain? Impossible!
Could you put a marker on right side
I
group?
lured you into open waters because
Yeah,
out
sure.
here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Freezing blood. Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound image. Freezing blood. Freezing blood. Icebound image. Icebound image. Freezing blood.
Okay. Move to the boss and bait at the wall.
Glacial ray.
After the ray, we get the barrel.
Chilling touch.
I know it's a white, but just look at what you're doing.
The tide moves against you.
Chilling touch. Fall.
The only problem with Weaker that you linked, by the way, is that it doesn't show the spells once they're stacked up.
Which we for it?
The boss one's one. That's
Oh,
another one.
timeline build.
Oh, the faux one. Okay.
It's cool, but it's not. I don't think it's as good for this.
Yeah, it's nice to see which abilities she has ready to queue up.
Five, four, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
BAM!
Boat right. Avalanche.
Please don't go in the raid.
White.
Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Set Charge. Frozen Siege. Searing Pitch.
What the fuck?
Beware of me.
Oh, there was still a feast.
It was me, sorry guys.
Our name will rest forever on the wall of shame.
Fuck.
You never did that to Mersha.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
BAM!
Boat right.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast.
Ship is dead.
Chilling Touch.
Avalanche. Range ready to dodge.
Freezing Blast. Howling Winds. Freezing Blood. Ring of Ice.
Out there in fire.
Chilling Touch. Chilling Touch. Siege.
We need to move her.
BAM! No, we move.
Time Warp.
Boat left.
Can I get the spell so I can move in, please?
Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch.
I will freeze you where you stand.
Avalanche.
Set Charge.
Bomb coming back.
Chilling Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Just one more still over here anyway.
They belong to the sharks now.
Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire.
Searing Pitch. Howling Winds. Siege.
Boat right.
Freezing Blood.
I hope you don't
But they still need to go.
Freezing Blast.
Range dodge. Yeah, what's your stat now?
Chilling Touch. Searing
Need a
Pitch.
ballista.
It's 64, it doesn't matter.
Frozen Siege.
Just like that anyway.
Freezing Blast.
That's busted.
What your stats? Be ready to transition.
Freezing blood.
Slump. Move together. Don't stop to the ice blocks.
You really think I've been running, Captain? Impossible! I lured you into open waters, because out here, you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Freezing blood. Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound image. Blood. Freezing blood. Icebound image. Icebound
Jaina
image.
said, let's break glass out.
Freezing blood.
Phase 2. Remember to bait.
You will be washed away!
Glacial ray.
After the raid, we'll
Chilling
break the
touch.
barrel. I know we're mostly dead, but those of you who are alive can practice.
I hope you don't mind, Cole.
Chilling touch.
Can I ask to not run the avalanche on the side of the ship when the boat is on, please?
No, we really need to, because otherwise we're having people die. It doesn't matter if the boat is slightly slower, it matters if people get hit by avalanche.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'd rather that you took an extra 5 seconds than the melee running with it dies. Something I did think about, is there a way to have both of them run to the back and avoid the side that the ballista's on, but I also figured that if we have a melee in a ranged and the range runs fast and the melee is behind them, the melee is just going to die.
It's just a little bit strange because first we couldn't get the ballistas off fast enough and now I have to wait, so it's a little bit strange.
You cut off, mate.
But it's okay.
We didn't hear what you said. You said first it and then stopped saying it.
There's the jeeps, everyone repair?
I said first the ballistas couldn't get fired fast enough and now I have to wait, so it's a little bit strange.
Yeah, but that's because we've been looking at what kills people, and ballistas slow doesn't kill people. Avalanches not moving well does kill people, so we're going with, we can recover from an ice block, we can recover from a slow ballista, we can't recover from having 3 people dead.
So long,
It's
you've got,
prioritizing.
I think you've got a 10-second window.
5,
like,
4,
for the first 3.
3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Boat left. Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
Bomb the back.
Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Ring of ice.
Outfit in fire, expect an avalanche.
Howling winds. Chilling touch.
Bam!
Freezing blood.
Boat right, avalanche.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Chilling
Searing
touch.
pitch. Brings
Time
moving
warp.
back.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
Freezing blast.
Switching sides.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Frozen in the back.
Ring of ice.
Out then in fire, expect avalanche.
Chilling
Left
touch.
side of second ballista breeze avalanche.
Freezing blood. Freezing
Kill,
blast.
Close range.
Wait,
Bam!
boat left.
Howling winds. Freezing blood. Siege. Chilling touch. Freezing blood.
66%.
Freezing blast.
Watch those stats.
Chilling touch. Charge.
Bomb in the back.
Searing pitch.
62, clear stacks.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch.
Too far left.
Searing
Ring
pitch.
of ice.
Can you get back here?
Freezing blood.
It's a wipe, we've lost 3 healers.
You really think I've been running, Captain?
Let's just get ice blocked quickly and then we can go
I
again.
lured you into open waters.
Freezing
Just look
blood.
at the orb.
Here.
Freezing
Well, I
blood.
mean, it's worth looking at it, but-
I'd rather get through it
Yeah,
quickly.
that's fine.
Chilling touch.
We're still getting people
Yes.
hit by the orbs,
Yeah.
so then we still need to practice it.
Beware. Beware. Of me.
Okay, there's still a Jeeves, let's repair. Hang on, let's get some healthstones. I'm expecting Mersoth to be joining us very soon.
Sorry, I'm ready.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Boat right.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
Switching sides.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire, expect avalanche.
Howling winds. Chilling touch.
Bam!
Searing pitch.
Boat left, avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Need backup
Searing
on
pitch.
ballistas.
Frozen siege. Time war.
Mid and back.
Searing pitch.
Boat down.
Freezing
switching
blast.
sides.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire. Could be an avalanche after.
Chilling touch.
Don't follow me.
Both
Freezing
range, both
blast.
range.
Freezing blood. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Howling winds.
68.
Yep. Keep an
Freezing
eye on those
blood.
stacks.
Freezing blood. Freezing blast.
Back.
2-4.
Chilling touch.
Make sure you clear stacks. before
Chilling
you
touch.
position.
Frozen siege.
Avalanche. Plum.
Chilling touch.
And we move together.
Captain.
Dodge. Don't stop for the ice blocks.
I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image.
That one. That's
Yeah.
the one you have to watch.
Freezing
Stay
blood.
with me and go
Chilling
through the middle
touch.
of them.
Icebound image.
Didn't see.
Icebound image. Touch.
Yeah, it's going to be a white because we're all going to get ice blocked.
So yeah, that's the one that's Grizzly's talking about.
Yeah.
And
If you
then-
go through the middle, it's a lot easier to dodge. If
Icebound
you go
image.
left, it veers left and it'll hit you.
On the right hand side, we're running right past the first one.
No, we need to actually hit the first one a bit because we are quite a lot of melee.
Take it to what? 30?
Yeah, we're going to 30 and then we'll move approximately. But if we're all ice blocked, then we're all going to get ice blocked anyway. Because remember, there's only 9 of us, so as soon as we start getting ice blocks, it's a problem.
By the way, left side, how is the stacking point feel? I'm doing it right? Everything feel good?
Yeah, break works. So the break's going to be in like 10 minutes anyway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Freezing blast.
Avalanche.
Bam!
Vote right.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood.
Vote gone. Let's swap.
Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Range ready for dodge.
Freezing blast. Howling winds.
Range dodge.
Ring of ice.
Out then in fire.
Freezing blood. Chilling
Stack,
touch.
stack.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Vote left.
Time warp. Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
I will freeze you.
Avalanche. Range ready to dodge.
Chilling touch. Freezing blast.
Dodge.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Frozen siege.
Did we get rid of the left vote?
Searing pitch. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire.
Searing pitch.
Bam!
Vote right.
Please stop.
Howling winds.
Start thinking about stacks.
Freezing blood. Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Chilling touch.
Make sure your stacks are clear. About transition.
Freezing blast.
Clump. And good movement now.
You really think I've been running, Captain? Impossible! I lured you into open waters, because out here, you have no hope of escape.
Icebound
Nice
image.
through the middle of them.
Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound touch.
Where's the interrupt?
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Icebound image.
Be my side. We're going to break Sunti
Icebound
out.
image.
It's time we finish this.
Glacial ray.
Break the ray. After the ray, break the barrel.
You will be washed. I hope you don't mind. Cold.
Why bad place to stand?
Chilling
You want me to
touch.
take one of them?
Ice ball. Chilling touch.
Yeah, so she doesn't run off,
Freezing
but then
blood.
I'll take her back and get to 10 stacks.
Yeah.
Chilling touch. Glacial ray.
But that did look like a better intermission than last time, so that's good. Just really careful with the dodging. We can't get people ice blocked. And then when we're in phase 2, we need everyone to move over promptly so we can bait that glacial ray. Yes, phase 2 tank avalanche, I will be running counterclockwise because otherwise I'll be going close to the barrel. So what happens is we all stack with our backs to the wall. Then we bait the glacial ray. As soon as the glacial ray is over, we will be moving to the barrel, and I will be well out the way so you won't have to worry about avalanche on that move. The ideal is, so Abios, who's there, is going to be able to block some of them, the orbs, to give you more movement, and then you'll need to have the Windrush totem to move over.
So I can just start moving before Jaina's interrupted, then we should have more time.
Yeah.
Decision.
Yes, it's also Sango needs to get that interrupt timing fairly correct in order to get everyone moved over and alive.
That means we're going to have to stand a lot more to the front instead of killing ice blocks, because if I don't get
You're
a
not
visual on
killing the
Jaina,
ice
I am not
blocks.
interested. Yeah, you both play kill.
So can we get cookies real quick? Thank you.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Vote left.
Freezing blast.
I hope you don't
Avalanche.
mind.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire, expect avalanche.
Howling winds. Chilling touch. Searing
Avalanche.
pitch. Freezing blood. Chilling touch. Freezing blast.
Range
Close.
dodge.
Move back range.
Frozen siege. Time
Ring
war.
the ice block.
Bam!
Vote right.
Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Chilling touch.
Vote down. We'll switch sides. Avalanche.
Ring of ice.
Out then in fire.
Searing pitch.
We'll switch her side.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
You're going to need to get that ballista down.
Howling winds. Freezing blast.
Start thinking about your stacks.
Chilling touch.
Bam!
Vote left. 65%. Make sure your stacks clear. Avalanche.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Who stacks my better?
Set Charge.
Common
Ring of Ice.
Okay, move together. Good dodging. Don't get ice blocked.
You really think I've been running, Captain? Impossible! I lured you into open waters, because out here, you have no hope of escape.
Icebound Image.
Between them, remember?
Chilling Touch. Icebound Image. Icebound Image.
Keep dodging.
Freezing Blood. Icebound Image.
Stay safe.
Icebound Image.
Phase 2. Bait. That means be
Glacial
with your
Ring.
back to the wall, between Jaina
Chilling
and wall.
Touch.
So most of you are in a bad spot. After Ray, break the ordnance.
I hope you don't mind.
Still frozen.
Ice Ball.
Dodge nice.
Chilling Touch.
Right, I'm going to get her a bit further away from the
Freezing
wall,
Blood.
just to make it more obvious where to stand, but we absolutely must have everyone between Jaina and the
Glacial
wall.
Ray.
Yeah, because I just noticed if you actually stand on the ice, those stacks go up immediately.
Yes, yes they do.
Very bad.
As normal and heroic.
First barrages really need to get on that thing a lot.
Yeah, that broadside absolutely must break the barrel.
Yeah, I think we should wait.
Yeah, we could wait a few seconds. Yeah, I know we need to postpone it. What we need is the interrupt to happen, everyone's in place, and we bait. So Sangor is needing to sort out that time. We're actually going to have the 5-minute break now. I'll set the timer. I will see what I can do about sorting Sangor's interrupt timing, and then we'll be carrying on. But it's looking better. This is good.
Can't we just have the marker on the left side call when they're over?
That can work, yeah.
Sure, we'll do.
Has a mic and uses it.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's actually an easy solution, I think. Oh, that's reassuring. At left, you've got the path sorted. That is really good. So hopefully we should be able to do this reliably now.
How many stacks is typical going into phase 2?
0. Phase 2.
0.
No, phase 2.
That's the intermission is 0, yeah. I'm not sure.
Because I had 16 and that felt like a lot.
That's fine. Don't stress about 16 because as soon as we've baited, we're going to be moving to the barrel.
Okay.
And if you're frozen inside the barrel, you're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a feast down and get going. Generally, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. So let's keep surviving the first phase, keep working on getting through that intermission without ice blocks, and then we can go through phase 2.
I think we need also the flasks.
Yeah, we do. Squibs, you've got a cauldron, haven't you? Right, grab flasks, please. First broadside, just worry about the one we're going to break, because we don't really want people a million miles away. It'll be less risky if we stay near that first one.
Remember to take flasks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Bam!
Avalanche. Boat left.
Ballista.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Frozen siege. Searing pitch. Set charge. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Searing pitch.
Nothing left but ash and splinters.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire. Expect an avalanche. Use
Searing
that res.
pitch. Howling winds. Searing pitch.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range
Chilling
dodge.
howling winds. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Time warp. Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Chilling touch. Ring of freezing blood.
Out then in fire.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood.
Bam!
Frozen siege. Howling winds. Chilling blood. Freezing blast. Freezing blood.
On your stacks now.
Kill ballista.
Ballista, please.
Avalanche.
You will be washed away.
Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
You're not the only one dead.
We were too slow killing the
Freezing
right side
blast.
ballista, so it was still up when she cast it again, and then left side got frozen. So we
Yeah,
need to
that
be
shouldn't be
faster on.
happening.
Yeah.
Searing
It's not
pitch.
a priority target, but
Searing
dots on
pitch.
it,
Ring of
split some
ice.
damage onto it, make sure it does go.
Cordon's still up, by the way.
Okay, someone's going to take a blast. Make sure you take one. Just checking that it's not me.
If you can hold next to one, take it. We can always swap it.
Yeah, because alchemists are great for that. For if we make any group changes later on.
Can we have the melee go to range like they're supposed to be doing with the avalanche, please?
Yeah, they should be. That's why I put the markers back.
I know.
Because if they don't, then we tend to have deaths, so we don't want that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing
Boat
blast.
right.
I hope you don't
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire.
Expelling
Expecting
touch.
Avalanche.
Freezing blood. Freezing blood. Freezing blood. Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Chilling touch. Searing pitch. Searing blast. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Boat down, moving.
Freezing blast.
I will freeze
Avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Freezing blood. Ring of ice.
Out then in fire. Can break me out when we get back.
Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Blood.
Bam!
Boat right.
Howling winds. Freezing blast.
Watch your stacks.
Freezing blood. Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
Make sure you're clear.
I will freeze
Avalanche.
Hard vessels on the horizon. You have nowhere left to run. Ice Witch.
Okay, move
Really
together.
think I've been running, Captain? Impossible!
I can interrupt
I
left to the
lured
side.
you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image.
Right, just stay safe now on my side. Phase 2. Bait.
Chilling touch.
Both sides, you know.
Glacial rig.
You wanna break
Arctic ground.
Okay.
You're kind of low on
We're a
food.
bit dead.
Chilling touch.
If I'm ice blocked during avalanche, it's not really going to go anywhere.
Chilling touch.
Okay, let's wipe it. But it felt like it was a little better when we got to phase 2, and then we all died.
Ice fall.
I'll maybe put forward down towards the barrels so that people can take it more easier.
Well, bear in mind we're going to be using the portal later on, but if it's not going to affect the oh, it should be. What's the timer on being able to use the portal again? We'll need to see if it's actually available for when we're going to possibly need to use it to get over an ice fall.
Yeah, I think if you use it there, you would have it.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes. It's going to be risky. So ideally, you guys should just make sure you position yourself on the barrel.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Freezing Blast.
Avalanche.
Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege.
Boat's gone, I think.
Yep.
Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire. Expect avalanche after.
Howling Wind. Searing Touch. Searing Pitch.
Bam!
Freezing
Avalanche.
Blood. Titan Siege. Freezing Blast. Searing Touch. Searing Pitch.
You will be on fire when you rest.
Searing Blast. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch.
Boat down. Swiftly.
Wipe.
It's on one dead.
Frozen Siege.
I hope you don't mind the cold. You will
Freezing
be washed
Blood.
away.
Searing Pitch. Searing of Ice. Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch.
Of me.
Well, if we have too many dead, then we're going to end up wiping because we don't have enough people to not get ice blocked. But I don't really want to wipe with a couple of people dead.
Well, we've had the transition with the entire raid up multiple times.
We
now,
have gotten
which
good
is
at it, yeah.
However, we really need to make sure that we can get in there with everyone alive and not having died at already. So combat resident.
We had gotten pretty close to mastering this phase, I thought, earlier tonight. So if there are a couple of people dead, I do want to do the intermission. If it's like 5, obviously not, but 2 we can cope with.
Obviously, Mersoth is the problem. Has to be.
Yeah, the solution is just don't die. We were getting good at not dying.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Freezing Blast. Ring of ice.
Out, then in
Howling
fire.
winds. Chilling touch. Frozen freezing blood. Chilling touch.
I will freeze you where you stand.
Avalanche.
Time warp.
Bam!
Boat left.
So,
Freezing
someone do
blast.
first ballista with me. Something stabbed. Whoever was at the back.
It's ready.
Nope.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
It was.
Okay.
Yep.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
We'll be switching sides after.
Ring of ice.
Freeze you where you stand.
Out, then in fire.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Howling winds.
Bam!
Boat right.
Somebody helps Brittany on the first one.
Need to get the ballista out.
Freezing blast.
Watch your stacks.
Frozen siege.
We're transitioning soon.
I will freeze you where you stand.
Avalanche.
They belong to the shots now.
61. Clear your stacks.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Freeze you where you stand.
Transition. Move together if you're dodging.
Impossible! I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Icebound image.
It's always in the middle of this, and then in the middle of these, and then you hug left, hug right, and
Icebound
then
image.
as soon as these come past, you move back.
Icebound
And
image.
It's really easy.
And then watch the tornado.
And then we,
Yeah, because we have too many people frozen on our side.
yeah,
So we can't help it, unfortunately.
Beware,
do the same thing every time.
beware.
Right, we need to get everyone alive. But the pattern is nice and predictable. And I'm hoping left side has a similar predictable pattern.
Yeah, but it's the same every time. So.
Yeah, we get better at it since we get there more now.
Yeah. That definitely helps.
It's just I notice when I'm trying to run out to the left, it's like always in between kill, in between right, left, wait. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Could we have Flotter be the backup on ballistas?
Yeah. I'm not sure why you're assigned to it when you're the marker.
Last raid, Flotter wasn't here.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Boat left.
I will freeze
Avalanche.
you where you stand.
It might be towards range.
Freezing
Oh, Dave.
blast. Searing pitch.
Damn it.
There's Sunti.
Sorry.
Right?
In the water.
I'll get him. I'll get him. I'll get him.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Can't get him. I'm frozen in the back. Sorry.
Breaks Brittany.
Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire. Expect an avalanche.
Howling winds.
I will freeze
Bam!
Avalanche.
Howling winds. Freezing blast.
Are we changing side now? Sorry, I lost track.
No, we're in the right
Frozen
place, but
siege.
right.
I'll take front.
Time warp. Set charge. Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
Just for that.
Someone needs to take my
Okay, yeah, let's wipe now.
Freezing blast.
Aren't you supposed to appear in the middle when you do
We
that?
usually do, yeah.
Sorry about that. I got ping-ponged around.
Well, Hunter Ping Pong is a tradition in raiding, I thought.
Well, it's been a while.
But
Siege.
regardless, the fact that you didn't appear on the boat after you died in the water doesn't help. Not your fault, obviously, but...
Well, I shouldn't die, but...
No, you shouldn't, but you can't help about it.
We all make dumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a deja vu there, so...
Yeah, remember when you come back to this life after you've died, do not do that again. I kind of like that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing
Boat
blast.
left.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
Boat down, swapping sides.
Got a ballist on fire on the left side. So get that with avalanches, please.
Freezing blast.
I missed. Sorry.
Ring of ice.
Out, then in
Searing
fire.
pitch.
It's going to be avalanche after.
Searing pitch. Howling winds. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing blood. Chilling touch.
We'll move boss after avalanche.
Time warp. Freezing blast.
Use the res.
Chilling
Boat
touch.
down, switching.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire.
Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing
Boat
blast.
left.
Howling winds. Freezing blood. Searing touch.
What
Searing
is that
pitch.
now?
Searing pitch. Freezing blast. Charge.
I'm back.
Help Santi with ballista.
Avalanche.
Need one more ballista. Yeah, you got it. Good.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Make sure your stacks are clear.
Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Ring of ice.
And going to mission. Go move together. Do not get ice blocked.
You really think I've been running, Captain? Impossible! I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image.
Somebody interrupt the second one.
Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image.
Let's go back together and get
Icebound
something
image.
I can't move
Now
it.
we've lost too many people now that we're getting all the ice blocked.
Glacial ray.
Really, don't get ice blocked. We only came back to get Sunti because we'd finished killing all our things and had time. But we really don't want to have to do that.
Remember, middle, right, left.
Yeah.
For left side to right side, we get to a point where there are like 2 tornadoes and a lot of swirlies next to Jaina, so it makes it a bit difficult.
Well, the ideal was we were going to use someone with an immunity on the to go soak them. But
Sure, but
we
the tornadoes
don't
will
have
kill us.
enough. Yeah, the tornado is still an issue, but if you can not dodge the little balls, then that makes life easier. But we've still got conflicting evidence of whether or not the immunities work, or if some do and some don't.
Ice block works, I can tell you that much. I mean, I could place myself right next to Jaina and like block off half a swirly thing.
Didn't we have an immunity doing that before?
We did last raid, but we are fairly low on immunities tonight in that we've got Dwas and Sunti. Whereas last raid we had Light doing it.
So do you want me to do
We
that?
had
then?
Abios, yeah. Yeah, let's see if that helps. We've also got Mercer on that interrupt, and he should have an immunity, so he can do some of that too, maybe.
So I think, actually, so long as they are to the left of Jaina, it doesn't actually matter if it's not directly into the wall. Because by the time we need to use that space, we will, what's it called? What have we done?
Yeah, well, let's get
It'll
some
be
more
gone.
time in that and make sure we master the moving and the interrupting. Okay,
Sure, but
another watch doesn't work, okay.
I think the left
5,
side should hug the left
4,
wall as they run over,
3,
basically. Or
2,
sort of left side.
1.
Frozen siege.
I will freeze you where you
Avalanche.
stand.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Bam!
Boat left.
Ballista.
Freezing Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Set Charge. Freezing Blood.
Bomb in the middle.
Searing Pitch.
You can switch sides.
Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you where
Avalanche.
you stand.
We'll move her after.
Ring of Howling Winds.
Out then in fire.
Block in the back.
Chilling Touch.
Break the block.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blood. Freezing Blast.
Bam!
Boat right.
Chilling Touch. Time Warp. Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you where you
Avalanche.
stand.
We'll switch sides after.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire.
Chilling Touch. Howling Winds. Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Howling Touch.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast.
65. Watch your stats.
Chilling Touch. Searing Frozen Siege. Searing Pitch.
Yeah, use it.
The tide moves
Don't take, don't take.
Ring of Ice.
freeze you where you stand.
Searing Pitch.
Watch your stats. We're transitioning soon.
Freezing Blast.
Clump. Move together.
You have nowhere left to run. Ice Witch. You really
Now,
think I've
no
been
ice blocks
running,
this time,
Captain?
please.
Impossible! I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound Image. Freezing Blood. Chilling Touch. Icebound Image. Blood. Freezing Blood. Image. Chilling Touch. Icebound Image.
And those breaks up. Tornadoes.
Icebound Image.
Left side is frozen.
Okay, stage 2, but let's wait.
Glacial Ray.
Yeah, as long as you guys run along. With it.
Arctic Ground.
You're right.
Chilling Touch. Chilling Touch. Chilling Touch.
Becca can still run to the
I can run next
middle.
to it.
You can run next to it, yeah. And then we don't have to delay the interrupt.
Yeah.
As soon as you've killed your last one, guys.
But if we're
to
doing
the
that,
wall.
it really needs to be along the wall because we can't afford to lose too much of the floor area.
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bounce, kill the last one, bounce right to the wall.
Yeah, then if you're slow on the array, it's not too bad. Also, remember, if you're an immunity interrupter, use your immunity, run ahead and get your interrupt done. Because that's the whole point of using immunities.
Scrabble top.
Okay, everyone repair, please. Cool. If more left is better, then great. Yeah, we were using Abios for that, but he's on the bench at the moment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Vote right.
Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege.
Still need to go.
Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire. Expect an avalanche.
Searing Pitch. Howling Winds.
I hope you don't mind the cold.
Freezing Blood. Chilling Touch. Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Time Warp.
Use the res. Break him out.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Vote left.
Chilling Touch. Freezing Blast. Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Freezing Blood. Frozen Siege.
Vote done. Let's switch.
Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire. Expect an avalanche.
Searing Pitch.
Avalanche.
Searing Pitch. Freezing Blood.
We'll switch sides after.
Freezing Blast.
Range dodge. We'll break through that.
Howling Winds. Howling Winds. Frozen Siege.
Vote right. She'll be away from the wall next time we can safely move.
Freezing Blast.
Vote right.
62.
Watch those stacks.
Chilling Touch.
Avalanche. Make sure we transition with no stacks.
Searing Pitch.
Okay, no getting ice blocked now.
Captain.
Good dodging. Remember immunities.
Impossible! I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound Image. Chilling Touch.
Sorry.
Icebound Image. Icebound Image. Icebound Image.
I can't think it up.
We'll see what we can break out my side.
As we agreed to ignore the ice blocks.
Icebound Image.
Yeah, but on my side we're killing them because we've got nothing else to do.
On the left side, everyone's standing killing ice blocks.
They should not be.
It's time we
Phase 2, bait.
Glacial Ray.
Dodge the ray. As soon as it's done, break that barrel.
I will
I'm gonna get
exactly.
frozen now anyway. Yes, quite. Left side, how's the different path working? Is hugging the left helping?
You will be washed away.
We didn't get that far.
I was going to say they died before that.
We need to have better dodging before that point.
But I
We
did find
really can't have people ice blocked in that phase.
I did find a good path to go on left side, so I think actually Morg was absolutely right. Going left is so much easier.
Cool, let's do what Morg suggested then. From my side, remember we've got the nice easy dodging. We go through the middle twice, then we go right and left.
Five, four, three, two, one.
The tide rises.
Frozen Siege.
I hope you
Bam!
don't mind.
Avalanche, boat left.
You get ready to dodge now.
Freezing
Ready
Blast.
to dodge. Ready to dodge. We'll finish it.
Searing Pitch. Searing Freezing Blast.
I think that's the boat down. Switching sides.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Howling of Ice.
Out then in fire.
It's a nice spot.
Chilling Touch.
Break it then.
Bam!
Boat
Frozen
right.
Siege.
Get ballista.
Until levels.
Ballista.
Freezing Blast. Time Warp. Chilling Touch.
Oh, get me out, please. I need help ballistas as well.
Set Charge.
One bomb in the back.
I will freeze you.
Avalanche.
Searing Pitch.
Two more ballistas right
Frozen
side.
Siege. Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood.
Swapping sides.
Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch.
Just right, it was really
Yeah. 2 healers down makes a bit of a problem.
Ring of Ice.
May be the most retarded thing.
Freezing Blood.
But did you know that the last line in the Avalanche Vigor is
Freezing
not
Blast.
a,
Chilling
they're
Touch.
not a thing?
You mean the one with the bar that goes across?
The very last line is not a tip.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I can't
because you can
count
count
to 6.
them.
I just assumed
Okay.
they put a line for every one. It's just me being dumb. So you can go. I've been cutting it so fine because of that. Every time.
Well,
Okay,
I've been. Don't worry, I've been doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, the last one isn't one.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. I know it feels right that way. Yeah, it does. That's why I was doing it then. And I noticed. Count to 6. I can't fucking count to 6, by the way.
Can you manage 5 though? It's 5 and then 1 more.
If you run out alone, usually just before you freeze and you run back in, you're usually fine.
Yeah, I know. I know you're usually. I'm just saying that it's pop avatar count thunderclaps.
That
That's what
still
we do.
means he has to count to 6.
No, it means he has to count to 3.
Oh, much easier. You can do that then.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat
Freezing
right.
blast.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood.
Boat gone. Let's swap.
Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Freezing blast. Howling
Range
winds.
dodge.
Freezing blood. Ring of ice.
Freeze you where you
Searing
Alpha
pitch.
fire.
Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Chilling touch. Frozen siege. Time warp.
Bam!
Range moving back.
Boat left.
Freezing blast.
Forward.
Freezing blast.
I will freeze you.
Avalanche. We'll swap sides after.
Freezing blood.
You ready to jog in?
Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Freeze you
Out,
where
then
you
in fire.
stand.
Searing pitch. Howling winds.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing blood.
Watch your stacks. That's 65.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Frozen siege. Chilling touch.
61. She cleared.
Where you stand.
Searing pitch.
And transition. Don't go ice blocked. Remember your dodging path.
You really think I've been running, Captain?
Impossible!
I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Stay with Becca. I get left behind.
Icebound image.
Go through the gap. Don't go left there.
Freezing chilling touch. Icebound image.
And through the middle.
Then to the right.
Freezing blood.
Stay to the right. And then after this one, you go left.
Freezing blood. Icebound image.
Yep.
Icebound image. Freezing blood.
Let's go get Sangor.
It's time we...
Phase 2. Remember to bait.
Glacial ray. Chilling touch. Chilling touch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. This is going to be a wipe anyway, both the number dead. Be breaking the barrel now.
Ice fall.
Ooh, that's not nice.
We dodged the ice fall. Well, people are alive, we can at least see how it goes. So that's how that first bit goes.
Glacial
Yeah,
ray.
we just need to not have to go back.
Yeah.
Because we were
Yeah.
in the right place.
Yeah, so just don't get ice blocked. So my side, you go through the middle, you go right, you stay right, you go left. You just stand on me and I'll keep you safe.
Yeah.
If you don't stand on me and get ice blocked, then it's your fault. If you stand on me and get ice blocked, then you can complain at me. Also, Base, you know how you said you needed to count to 6? You don't. Have you not noticed that that bar does a countdown for you and tells you how many to go? Same week, Aura?
Where? On the right side?
Yeah.
Oh, I look at the left side.
Yeah, so do I, but I looked at the other side that time and it counts the number down for you. So you don't even need to know how to count to 6.
That's useful because I'm clearly struggling. Right, look.
From left to right, I think you're probably going to need to hug the left wall. Because that way as well, if you're left behind, you're still putting the glacial ray in a good spot rather than putting it across the room and causing a problem. I'm assuming from left to right, it's when you're moving from doing your interrupts to moving to the boss in phase 2.
If you open Discord and Raid Tactics, I just posted a video the way that I described.
Cool. Well, actually, I'm going to take advantage of that. We're going to have that 10-minute break now. Everyone can watch the 41-second video during the break, and I will...
Maybe watch it 10 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy's got a really sick widescreen setup, so it's really easy to see what's going on. They fuck it up and don't get into the wall, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, that was nice. Just to watch.
Yeah, that way will work.
But isn't this the left side?
Yeah, that's the point. It's the left side we were talking about. The right side, we have it all sorted already. As long as you actually stay with me, we get it right side.
That means we're not going to go left around the tornado, we're going to go right around the second tornado and not go into the height.
See if that works again.
Yep, cool. Nice video, thank you.
This is how we did it the first 2 times that we nearly all came there, I think. We went more central there.
So if we do that and if I place the totem down as soon as it's dead, we should be able to get there faster than they managed to.
We'll maybe save the totem for second totem for getting across the room.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
You know, this guy has a chat add-on that tells the item level when people talk. At least I think that's what that is. I want that add-on. I want it to show something else. Yeah, that one's pretty good as well, Aris. And that's cool because the tank can go the right side of it as well on that one, so it shouldn't be a problem. Hey, what have you changed your graphic settings? Are you here? I guess he's not here.
Yeah, what were the graphic settings you said
For this?
Yeah. It was all the way down to 1 and then...
1, projected textures enabled.
Mhm.
View distance 3.
Okay.
Particle density fair. And then crank your fucking contrast up to like 60, 70. 65 is what I have.
Cheers.
And then, yeah, have you got snow at the moment? You can remove that as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is / what is it? I've forgotten. Because I removed mine and it's been gone since. I'll find it quickly.
This week Aura does it automatically.
It does work, yeah?
Yeah, it works.
Cool. There you go, do that.
Oh, cheers.
I like yours only does it in the intermission though, and I've got the snow turned off the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Uncouth is like not polite. Like rude. Yeah.
Cool.
Right, let's get back to this. So everyone's now had a good look at the videos with the parts. We're going to get that right. Oh, there is a scrap box.
yeah.
Everyone repair. Okay, let's do some summoning, Zengor. And possibly some health stones. Okay, I think summons have happened. Let's ready check again. Thanks for the summon. The first 6 are definitely right, Twy. I don't know beyond that.
Yeah, he's right. Oh no, I missed a 3. 3 at the start of my stuff.
Flutter, are you epileptic?
Sean, Rankin?
They're doing a mold impression.
Am I what?
Taking a giant shit. And thus late.
I didn't know if I was muted in game or Discord.
Rankin, just waited on you. Rankin, you there? Okay, I'm gonna ready check once more because I bet someone has wandered off in the meantime, and then let's go. Sort your flasks, guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Freezing blast.
Avalanche.
Somebody head up with a ballista.
Set freezing blast.
Bum back.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Ring of ice soon.
Ring of chilling touch.
Outbid in fire. Expect an avalanche.
Chilling touch.
Boat gone. We can switch.
Freezing blast.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch.
Most don't run in melee.
Ring of ice.
Outbid in fire. See, this is going to be a wipe because I can't solo tank this.
Searing pitch.
Just wipe it.
Frozen siege. Searing pitch. Freezing blood.
Bam!
Searing pitch. Freezing blast. Howling winds. Freezing blast.
Beware. Beware of me.
What was weird, Morg? Oh, void eruption. Yeah, that is weird. Saying all food.
Did you have enough insanity?
You are talking about Mork here.
Exactly.
Five,
Start the
4,
fight with 170.
3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Boat right.
I hope you don't.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice. Howling winds.
Outsending fire.
Chilling touch. Frozen freezing blood. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Boat left.
Time warp. Freezing blast.
I will freeze
Chilling
you.
touch.
Boat gone. We can
Searing
switch sides
pitch.
after.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
It needs to be on me. Yours stacks and not, isn't it?
Yeah, good point.
You can take it now.
Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire. I'll grab it after, so we can go then straight back.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch.
Start watching your stats.
Freezing blood. Frozen siege.
Make sure you clear before
Howling
intermission.
wind.
Bam!
Vote right.
Chilling touch.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood.
61. Clear those stats.
Chilling touch.
Hey, no getting ice blocked now.
You really think I've been running, Captain? Impossible! I lured you into open waters because out here
Whatever you run, on
you
left
have
side.
no hope of escape.
Icebound
In
image.
between.
Chilling touch.
In between.
Icebound image. Icebound image.
Right. Stay right.
Icebound image.
And left.
Chilling touch.
Good shot,
Icebound
my
image.
side. Almost. Break him out. Phase 2.
The other side is frozen.
Remember to bait?
Glacial ray.
It's a really bad array. We're just going to have to cope.
Please be
Break
going
the
down.
barrel out after the ray.
I hope you don't mind the cold.
Those breaking it out.
Strange. You have to be on those things.
Chilling touch.
That barrel should be broken by now.
I know a lot of you are dead, but be enough.
Ice
Yeah.
ball.
We can take
Arctic
Jaina to
ground.
barrels instead.
Yeah, we are. That's the
Chilling
point.
touch.
Not when she's casting, but basically as soon as the avalanche is over, Jaina will be on the barrel.
Oh yeah, just cut down. I forgot about that.
But remember, phase goes glacial ray, avalanche, and then we can move her. No problem, Morg.
I was lagging during that one. Was anyone else?
Cool. Let's see if the reload fixes that, Morg. Hopefully it will. Okay, everyone repair?
I think they had the blast.
Oh, the broadside.
The broadside?
Yeah, that's just going to be unlucky maybe. If that happens, we'll just have to cope.
I think the broadside person got ice blocked, which is probably why it was
Yeah, that doesn't
like that. I'm not sure it actually overlaps. I think. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I was not fully watching.
Yeah, it's one I'm going to have to look back and Sunti's stream for, which is why it's really handy that there are streams.
If what is overlapping?
The broadsides and the glacial ray, if we're always going to have issues. I have a feeling we can probably do it in a safe way to get the ray baited and get the broadsides in place, but
No.
we'll just have to see the timing.
No, sorry. I know broadside can be on an ice block, but can broadside and the baiting of the glacial ray don't overlap, do they?
They
They can, yes.
slightly. I think broadside is cast a bit before Ray.
Yeah, it should be slightly before, I think. I'm just trying to work out if they overlap. We'll keep a look at in the next few polls. I still want to see us get to phase 2 without people getting ice blocked.
Yeah.
5, 4,
No
3,
problem.
2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast.
Bam!
Boat right.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blood. Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch. Set Charge. Freezing Blood.
Boat gone. We can switch.
There's a bomb.
Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire.
Howling Winds.
I will freeze you where
Avalanche.
you stand.
We'll switch sides after.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
We'll break you out. You can res me first though.
Can't rest, sorry.
Blast away.
Wipe it then.
Freezing Blast.
Bam!
You know, Aman, you can run on top of another avalanche.
Chilling
that's totally
Touch.
okay. As long as you run together. Instead of running into a range dash.
Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Searing
that.
Pitch.
All I want to see is using these sides, not the melee area, and play it safe.
Beware.
I was
That
scared
running
of killing
with-
you twice, to be honest.
No, as long as you both move at the same time, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, if you stay on top of each other and run the same speed, you're totally perfectly fine.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to get that then. That's why I fucked it up. The first phase was a bit weird this time, because you got to 8 stacks without anything. It was really weird. That doesn't normally happen.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat
Freezing
right.
Blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Don't run in melee.
Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Blood. Ring of Ice.
Out then in fire.
Chilling Searing Touch. Pitch. Searing Pitch. Time War. Siege.
Break Abios out.
Bam!
Boat left.
Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Freezing Blast.
don't mind.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch. Searing frozen siege. Freezing blast.
I think you're a bit early there. I'll take it back when you can.
Ring of ice.
Out then in fire.
Searing pitch.
Bam!
Boat right.
Howling winds. Frozen siege. Searing
Avalanche.
touch. Freezing blood.
Somebody do
pitch.
ballistas.
Freezing
65.
blast.
What is that?
Chilling touch. Searing pitch.
They were wiping.
Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Ring of ice.
Leave you where you stand. Beware of me.
Yeah, remember we are running both ranged and melee at the sides. Don't put it in the tank area. Don't get caught in a position where that's going to be the case.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat left.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Searing pitch.
Hope the continents can swim better than the sea.
Freezing blast. Frozen
Goes
siege.
into the back of the wall.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Ring of ice. Howling winds.
Out then in fire.
Chilling touch.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing blood. Time war. Frozen Searing touch. Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
the
We'll
cold.
change sides after.
Fine shot. Their vessel is bound for the deep.
Freezing blast.
Range
Range
dodge.
dodge.
Frozen siege.
Okay, changing sides.
I
Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch.
Bam!
Boat left.
Howling winds. Chilling touch.
Blood.
66.
Avalanche. Yep, watch your stacks now. Getting cleared once it's safe to after
Freezing
avalanche.
blast.
Range dodge.
Chilling pitch. Set charge. Frozen siege.
Make sure your stacks are clear.
Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
Last range. That was my
Make sure you're clear. And intermission. Remember, move together. Do not get ice blocked.
You really think I've been running, Captain? Impossible! I lured you into open waters.
Can rest either
Out
somehow.
here, you have no hope of escape.
Remember your route carefully.
Icebound image. Chilling touch.
Ah, sorry.
Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image.
Just stick together. We're going to work on position. Don't bother breaking him out. Bait.
Glacial ray.
Make sure the broadsides are in the right place. Now we break the barrel, as we would if we had anyone still alive. There's why you can do that again.
The tide moves against you.
Ice fall.
Beware. Beware of me.
That was pretty stupid, trying to use turtle when you have it on cooldown.
Left side moved slower for some reason, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it felt slower.
We missed the first tornado.
Well, we still dodged through the lawns that cross over at about the same time.
How many?
Don't worry if we move a bit slower, as long as we follow a safe path. Just stick with the group, stick on me, it'll all be okay.
Well, his left side has a very specific route to get the most optimal, and usually we can actually do that, but this pull just kind of felt slower for some.
Oh, left side. I thought you said right.
No,
the
no,
right side's pretty simple. The left side have a long run at the beginning, which can put off the sequence that they can go through. Do we have the wind rushes we normally have?
We have got two, but we're missing Dashi.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, did we have both that time?
I thought we had them.
Well, this usually we could do without the second wind rush, but something happened. I don't know what. Might be.
5,
Not worry, do it
4,
again.
3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Vote right.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
One bomb in the back.
Range dodge.
Frozen siege.
We can switch sides.
With the bomb.
frozen in the back.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out, then and fire.
Howling winds. Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
Break him out.
Bam!
Boat left.
Freezing blood. Freezing blood.
Avalanche. Abby, run on the sides.
Time warp. Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
So boat down, we can switch.
Freezing blast. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out and in fire, we can get avalanche after. Avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Throws at the back.
Break
Frozen
Bam!
siege.
boat
Chilling
right.
touch. Howling winds. Freezing blood. Freezing blood. Freezing howling winds.
65.
Watch your stacks. Boat gone.
Frozen siege.
62, make sure
Chilling
those stacks are
touch.
clear. Avalanche.
Searing pitch.
Okay, now stay together, don't get ice blocked.
No.
You really think I've been
Should we leave
running,
someone behind?
Captain?
Impossible!
I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Remember, stay together, don't get ice blocked. Sunti, stay with the trunk. That's it, a minute.
Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image.
Okay, now just work on dodging, stay together.
Freezing blood.
Get a bit forward.
Frozen left.
Icebound image.
Drop.
Chilling touch.
Phase 2, bait. Remember broadsides.
Glacial ray.
As soon as glacial ray's over, you break the barrel. It's actually a wipe. Let's just wipe.
I hope you don't mind.
Hey, at
Right
least-
side, no ice blocks. Good job.
Chilling touch.
No, I thought Andrew got the bait.
Chilling touch.
But probably
Yeah.
the other side though.
Yeah. Yeah, you...
Yeah.
No matter what the route, remember you're sticking on the marked player. They are going to guide you. The exception is people using immunities. And then that's fine.
Did the second ad on left side have a harder sign going down? Do we need to stop there for a bit longer?
We just stopped when we took the left hand side when we hugged the wall. We just stopped a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our marker sort of disappeared in the mist.
Yeah, I thought I didn't see any.
So just to reiterate, the first one we see on the left side, we moved to the left of it. The second one moved to the right and around.
Yep.
No. When we get to the third ad, we actually stay towards the middle, not towards the left wall.
That's gonna make dodging orbs a lot easier.
Yeah, that's what I did in the video at least.
Yeah.
And they started shifting towards the right one.
5,
Yeah, exactly.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Bam!
Boat right. Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch.
Boat down, we can switch.
Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Out, then in fire.
Searing Pitch.
Howling
Frozen
Winds.
Siege. Freezing Blood.
Bam!
Time Warp.
Boat left. Avalanche.
Chilling Touch.
Range for back.
Freezing Blast.
Oh, we're wiping.
Frozen
Avalanche
Siege.
will get out for
Set
you.
charge. Set charge.
Most of us called a wipe.
No, I know, but loads of people just died so really quickly.
Yeah, I think it's because range was a melee, and then they hit a lot faster when they approach the boss, right?
Yeah, they do.
And I think we got 2 of them.
Thought we could have recovered from that though. He still had a res.
We did have
But I think we had 3
dead.
dead. Sure that.
Yeah, be careful when crossing that you don't go through the clump.
I just saw like 3 or 4 people drop straight away in one go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Avalanche. Boat right.
Freezing Blast.
Range, dodge.
Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blood.
Boat down.
Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Out, then in fire.
Avalanche, dodge.
Yeah.
Searing Howling Winds.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blood. Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Time Warp. Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Also last one in the back.
Chilling touch. Freezing blast.
Boat down, switching sides.
Searing pitch. Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. Range
Searing
ready
pitch.
to dodge.
Freezing blast.
Dodge.
Ring of ice.
Out then in fire.
Searing pitch.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freeze ballista.
Howling winds. Frozen siege.
66. Watch your stacks.
Freezing blood. Freezing blast.
Frozen in the back. Sorry.
Break him.
I'm free.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. Don't run
Ballista,
in
guys.
please.
Freezing blast. Chilling touch.
62%.
Make sure your stacks are clear.
Break most off.
Merciful out.
Frozen siege.
About to transition.
Chilling touch.
Okay. Stay together, don't get ice blocked. Let's get it right this time.
Everyone alive, no combat devices used. Good.
I lured
Remember
you
Rod
into
on deck.
open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound image. Icebound image. Freezing blood.
Well, someone can do it for you.
Chilling touch. Freezing blood.
Yeah, it's going
Do
to
all
be alright.
that. Just stand.
Let's ice block
Freezing
ourselves
blood.
and get it quick.
Chilling touch.
Guys, I see some of you not going far enough to the right of the last ad on on the right hand side. Go further right. Straight away.
Also remember, the point of immunity interrupts is that you can run ahead and get them interrupted before the rest of us get there without getting frozen. And it keeps being, I've noticed I'm in melee range and can interrupt them before the interrupt happens sometimes.
Well, I will have to check it because I think if I turtle I can't interrupt.
Can you not?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so
You
because I...
can't attack.
No, indeed.
I know you can't attack, but I thought you could interrupt given they recommend using hunters for it.
No, the last 2 times I noticed it, so...
Can we
Okay.
cancel it?
You may
Yeah.
run up, cancel it.
Yeah, and then you can get back to Flump quickly.
Yeah, then I shouldn't
Marcus
use
was-
turtle then, because...
Saying off food? Got one more bull. Let's get there again with everyone alive. That was good that everyone lived.
To be fair, I mean, I don't think it affects our route particularly, so it's like, not very
No, it's not really a major issue.
for our side. Anyway. But yeah, on the second ad, get further to the right. I see lots of people hanging to the left, and they're getting fucked by it.
Right, last pull. Let's do that intermission again.
Healthstones, please.
On left side, we're going to go the old route to the safe spot because we'll need more DPS on the second.
Smokey, I don't think there is still a path with an interrupt.
Nah, exactly. I just wrote that. Just remembered that
They used to
Hopefully
be.
we'll have
They-
more rogues in
5,
future so we can have
4,
rogues do it.
3, 2,
Warlocks can do it.
1.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
he's
save
doing-
my turrets.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Vote right, avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Freezing blood. Frozen siege.
Vote gone.
Freezing
Back
blast.
smooth.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range
Look.
dodge.
Freezing blood. Ring of ice. Howling winds.
No,
Stack on blue.
Just smashed.
Frozen
Bam!
siege.
Vote
Freezing
left.
blood. Chilling touch. Time warp. Freezing blast. Chilling touch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out then fire.
Searing pitch.
Bam!
Vote right. Start thinking about your stacks.
Howling freezing blood. Siege. Freezing blood. Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Freezing blood.
Avalanche.
Freezing blood. Set charge.
One moment back.
Chilling
Make
touch.
sure you clear your stacks.
Freezing blast. Frozen
There we
siege.
go.
Hey, move together.
That was one of the most disgusting overlaps I've seen. I mean, put it fine. Well done.
Really think I've been
Enough
lying,
FaceTime and
Captain?
we'll learn to cope with the horrible ones. That's good. Okay, now move together, don't get ice blocked.
Freezing blood.
I lured you into
Freezing
open
blood.
waters because out here
Freezing blood.
Going to
no
more safe
hope
spot
of
on that,
escape.
just to be sure.
Icebound image. Chilling touch. Icebound image. Freezing blood. Freezing blood.
Right, go right.
Icebound image.
Ignore that one.
After this one, go back.
Icebound image. Freezing blood.
Yeah, no, just stick together and keep dodging.
No second.
Icebound image.
Drop.
It's time we
Phase 2, bait.
Got the dodge.
Chilling touch. Glacial ray.
The broadside's in
no.
place.
Arctic
As
ground.
soon as
Chilling
it's
touch.
over,
Chilling
get the
touch.
barrel.
Well, now
I hope you don't
range.
mind. Cold.
Dodge. Ops.
Break that barrel. That's it.
Use combat
Ice
device.
ball.
Get out.
Then we're going to be moving over towards
Arctic
the next
ground.
barrel.
I'm frozen broadside on me.
Not that barrel. Over
Oh.
this side.
Sorry. No.
Freezing blood.
Yeah, count
Need to
it.
finish the
Chilling
last
touch.
one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, I got. Turned around.
Glacial ray.
Well, so this.
Yeah, that is progress. It's also end of raid, so more of this on Sunday.
Right, trap barrel. My bad.
Yeah, because we need to save the one by the wall for last.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I thought that was not the one by the wall.
I think we need to run immediately after the barrel has been broken. I think we need to run towards the next barrel to reach the broadsides.
We are going to be. I'm just trying to do the calls, but if we can try and keep Discord a little bit clear in that phase so I can do the calls, it would be really helpful. Because a lot of time there's people calling things and talking when I need to be talking. I will be doing every single call that we need to, and I'll get you through this phase.
That was so much better.
Definitely helps when we master not getting ice blocked, and it feels like it's going so much smoother, and we can handle the horrible combinations in phase 1, so that's great. So plan for Saturday, for Sunday, is going to be let's work on that phase 2 and see if we can get a smooth transition into phase 2, and then master all of the movements and getting the broadsides in the right place, etc.
Major such teases.
Everyone take 10 minutes out of your day to watch a fight again.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Before next ball. Particularly phase 2, so you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm prepared the rest as well, honestly. Because the
Well, there is
phase one is the hardest that there is, and we've been passing it quite often now. So make sure you know what's happening next.
Well, to be fair, like there isn't that much. Yeah,
Make sure you go to
I mean, we need to get everyone to the wall, and then there's not much you need to know, to be honest.
From the window to the wall.
Till the sweat drop down my balls.
Oh, these bitches crawl.
Oh, motherfuckers!
Oh, it's good right here. Good night and sleep tight.
Night.
You too.
Yeah, it's really scripted, and I've got a sticky thing so I can just do every single call and drag you through it. Could be fine.
You should clean it off.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm a child.
I know. So
Chat later.
Alright.
Good night.